India's automotive industry is entering one of its biggest electric vehicle product waves in years. Over the next 2 years, 7 major electric vehicles and EV projects are set to reshape India's automotive market. And together, they signal a shift that is already putting pressure on rival automakers across the country. To understand why this wave matters, it helps to look at where India's EV market currently stands. For years, electric vehicles in India were treated as a niche experiment. Small, relatively low-range hatchbacks aimed at a narrow slice of urban buyers, while the vast majority of the market remained focused on gasoline, diesel, and other conventional powertrains. That picture has been changing quickly. Electric vehicle adoption has been expanding as automakers introduce more products, charging infrastructure continues to grow, and consumers look for alternatives to increasingly expensive conventional fuel. But even with that growth, most EVs available in India have historically been concentrated in just a few segments, particularly compact cars and mid-size SUVs. What is coming next looks fundamentally different, because automakers are preparing products across a much broader range of the market. Let's start with Tata Motors, one of India's leading electric vehicle manufacturers. First up is the Sierra EV, which launched in June 2026. It sits between the Curve EV and Harrier EV in Tata's lineup, and is offered with 63 kilowatt-hour and 75 kilowatt-hour battery packs, with both rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive configurations available. The Sierra name carries weight in India. It is a revival of a nameplate many buyers associate with rugged, distinctive styling. It's now reimagined as a fully electric SUV. Next from Tata is the Safari EV, Tata's first three-row electric SUV, expected around the Diwali 2026 festive season. The Safari EV is aimed directly at the large family segment, where 3 rows of seating are particularly important. That makes it significant for a market in which practical 7-seat vehicles remain extremely popular, while electric options in this category are still relatively limited. Tata's third major electric project is Avinya, the company's premium EV brand. The first production Avinya model is now expected in 2027. Tata's original plan involved using Jaguar Land Rover's EMA architecture. But that strategy has since changed, with Tata turning to a Sherry-derived Freelander electric platform to accelerate the launch of its premium EV program. Unlike the Sierra and Safari, Avinya is designed to compete much higher up the market. The goal is to give Tata a genuine premium electric presence and challenge international luxury brands in India's rapidly developing high-end EV segment. Taken together, these 3 Tata projects show a company trying to cover a much wider portion of the market, from mainstream family SUVs to premium electric vehicles. Moving to Mahindra, the company is preparing the BE.07, a family-oriented electric SUV based on Mahindra's NGLO electric platform. Mahindra has previously listed the BE.07 for launch in October 2026, although launch timing can change as development progresses. The model is part of Mahindra's broader Born Electric strategy and is designed to expand the company's EV lineup beyond the BE6 and XEV models already on sale. The BE.07 is particularly important because Mahindra is not treating electrification as a single model experiment. The company has built an entire electric architecture around the InGlow platform, with multiple SUV products designed specifically for electric powertrains. From Hyundai, one of the most important upcoming models is the compact EV internally referred to as the HE1i. Hyundai is developing it specifically for the Indian market, with reports pointing to a late 2026 launch and a position in one of India's most price-sensitive EV segments. The goal is to bring a more affordable, mass-market electric vehicle into a category where buyers remain highly sensitive to price. Hyundai is also looking at the premium end of the market with the Ioniq 9, a large 3-row electric SUV. Hyundai showcased the Ioniq 9 at the Bharat Mobility Global Expo in 2025, but an official Indian sales launch has not been confirmed. Unlike the HS1i, the Ioniq 9 would not primarily be a volume product. Its role would be to strengthen Hyundai's premium EV image and demonstrate the company's global electric vehicle capabilities to Indian buyers. Together, these 2 Hyundai projects represent a classic bookend strategy, one aimed at the mass market and the other positioned as a premium flagship. Rounding out the list is Maruti Suzuki's YMC, an internally codenamed 3-row electric MPV MPV. The vehicle has been spotted testing in India and is expected to arrive around 2027. Despite its MPV proportions, the YMC is expected to feature SUV-inspired styling, a relatively upright body, and 3 rows of seating. Reports indicate that the YMC will share its electric skateboard platform and battery options with the Maruti Suzuki EV, including 49 kilowatt-hour and 61 kilowatt-hour packs. Because the YMC is larger and heavier than the e-Vitara, its range is expected to be lower than the e-Vitara's maximum claimed figure. The YMC could become one of the most important EV launches in this entire group because Maruti Suzuki has historically taken a more cautious approach to full electrification, focusing heavily on hybrids, CNG, and efficient combustion technology. A dedicated 3-row EV would therefore represent a major step for India's largest carmaker by volume. Taken together, these 7 vehicles and EV projects represent a deliberate push by 4 of India's biggest automakers, Tata, Mahindra, Hyundai, and Maruti Suzuki, to cover a much broader range of the electric vehicle market. We are talking about compact urban EVs, family-oriented 3-row vehicles, mainstream SUVs, and premium electric flagships. This is no longer one company making a single bet on electric mobility. Multiple major manufacturers are moving in the same direction at roughly the same time. And that timing matters. India's broader automotive industry is preparing a large number of new passenger vehicle launches through 2027, with electrification playing an increasingly important role in that product wave. Hyundai alone, for example, has announced a 45,000 crore investment plan through 2030 and 26 planned product launches, including a dedicated, locally manufactured electric SUV. For years, EVs in India were treated largely as a niche category, often limited to a handful of compact models. What is happening now looks different. Larger SUVs, 3-row vehicles, dedicated premium EV programs, and more affordable mass-market products suggest that automakers increasingly see electrification as a central part of India's future automotive market. For rival automakers, both established international brands and companies still hesitant to fully commit to electrification in India, this wave raises the stakes considerably. 7 major EVs and EV projects arriving or moving toward production within roughly a 2-year window do more than add competition inside the electric segment. They put pressure on gasoline and diesel models across the categories these vehicles are entering, from affordable urban cars to family SUVs and premium 3-row vehicles. They also put pressure on international brands that have been slower to localize products for India. Models such as Hyundai's HE1i and Maruti Suzuki's YMC are being developed around Indian market requirements, pricing expectations, and buying habits, advantages that imported vehicles can struggle to match. Of course, not every launch will happen exactly according to schedule. Automotive timelines change, production plans move, and some of these vehicles are still in development or pre-production. But the direction is clear. India's major automakers are no longer treating electric vehicles as a side project. They are building broader product strategies around them, and the result could be a dramatically different Indian car market by 2027. So, what do you think? Which of these 7 EVs and EV projects is most likely to succeed in the Indian market? Let us know in the comments.